Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new NVIDIA daily update video. Today, as per usual, let's go over NVIDIA, let's go over the stock market, and let's just really talk about what is happening to NVIDIA stock, what we can expect moving forward, and all of that good stuff. So as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. This is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. And of course, if you enjoy my analysis videos, etc., I do have a membership section on YouTube. For just $3 a month, you get access to all my intraday thoughts, posts, updates, technical analysis, options flow, etc., on Tesla and other stocks as well, and NVIDIA on top of that as well, right? So for Tesla and whatnot, $2.99 a month, or for NVIDIA, on top of everything else, $5 a month or $4.99 a month. But yeah, let's just jump into it. NVIDIA is actually going to be closing down, we'll say 1.36%. Down about another 0.5% post hours, closing about 139.34 per share. I'm bringing up SMCI here very quickly because SMCI, their auditor left apparently, or accountant or auditor or both. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it says here. Doesn't say here. But anyway, yeah, this stock is tanking. Now, the reason I'm bringing up SMCI is because it's just in the same space, but it's also apparently what NVIDIA's second or third largest customer essentially. And this company has been nothing short of suspicious. Let's just say that. So the only reason I bring this up is because if this kind of negativity of news snowballs around SMCI, which again is a massive customer of NVIDIA, that can spill over to NVIDIA stock. I just want to make that clear because, I try not to trade off of, news and, these kind of things too often. But like this, unironically, could be something, right? And it doesn't help the fact that, in my opinion, the stock price itself, the way it's trading, the stock itself, I can't say I'm a fan of the way it's trading, right? I'm not the biggest fan. So let's talk about what this means, right? So NVIDIA, not looking amazing. I'll be completely honest, not looking amazing. Not atrocious just yet, but it's really, it feels like, when you have a rope that's slowly breaking apart, the rope is like ripping apart, right? And then, you can almost like see the little threads just barely hanging on as that, center part of the rope is getting thinner and thinner and there's like less threads holding it together. That's kind of what it feels like right now for NVIDIA. It just feels like the rope is being pulled apart and there's just like less and less like amount of threads holding it together, if that makes sense, right? And that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? That's, we'll see, of course, but that's what it feels like. And why is that, right? Why do I feel like that? Because, well, first of all, another red day, right? We have another red day here. That's, we're consolidating. We've been consolidating, and today we actually did break down below that level of 137.5, right? We did actually end up below, but like I said, 137.5 to 135 is the range you really want to be looking at. And we are getting roughly supported by this band right now. So pretty much this band is pretty much that last little rope holding everything together. If we lose this band, if this band especially starts turning red or we go back below the 21 EMA, that's where NVIDIA, in my opinion, can start getting a little bit concerning, right? But the fact that, all my indicators are still signaling, like, just honestly at this point, some of them are actually starting to signal bearishness, right? The MACD, bam, bearish flip, right? Crossover to the bottom side, not ideal, right? Then we have, of course, the stochastic actually getting like a natural confirmed bearish crossover. You can't even deny it anymore, all the way in extremely overbought territory. Not good, right? And then, of course, you have the BX trend the whole time as we've been going sideways. What the hell's going on? I just got like a million emails that all in one go. And then you have the BX trender. The whole time NVIDIA's been going sideways, has just been slowly bleeding to the downside. So almost like as if it's signaling in advance what to expect, right? So that I just see these things and I'm not the biggest fan of it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let's see how it moves forward, right? But you definitely want to be still watching, in my opinion, for, again, 137.5 to as low as 130. Honestly, even like 136 alone might be enough. Maybe not even 135. 136 is probably even the level you want to be looking for, right? Watch for that $1.5-ish range, right? If we start losing that, if we start losing the 21 EMA, which is pretty much around 136, that's where, in my opinion, this downside will probably start snowballing. Now, obviously, it's not all bad news. I wouldn't say NVIDIA is, guaranteed bearish or anything like that here just yet, right? It's not, by any means. But it's not looking too hot because of this, the way it's trading, because of all these bearishness starting to cross over to the downside, right? All these signals are starting to tell me that, I've been saying the bullish momentum has been slowing down, but now it's going from bullish momentum slowing down to now actual like bearish momentum creeping in, right? With these indicators crossing to the bearish side. And again, just for me personally, I don't have any confidence seeing that, right? Literally the only thing that's confidence inspiring for me is the fact that this band is still green. That's pretty much the only thing that's left, in my opinion, for the bulls, right? As long as this thing still stays green and we stay above the 21 EMA, which is essentially the bottom of this band, there is still hope. There is still hope. But, we're starting to play on a little bit of thin ice here. So just watch really carefully for those levels below, like I mentioned. If that starts to crack, we could be seeing a bit more of a selling pressure kind of situation happening here. On the flip side, if NVIDIA can somehow make its way back up above 144 to about 145, then we're starting to talk. Okay, now we're getting back into some bullish momentum. Okay, now we're getting a little bit interesting here. So, watch for those two levels. Obviously, we're closer to the downside than we are to the upside break. So obviously, I still lean a little bit more bearish here, honestly. But I'm not bearish to the point where I'm literally shorting the stock, despite it showing a lot of bearish signals, because I just couldn't care less. I'll be completely honest. I don't really care what happens that much to the stock. If it goes up, great. If it breaks that level, then I'll maybe consider an entry, or I'll be waiting very patiently for it to finally make its way back down, like I said, to my main level, right? Which again, for me personally, will be well below where we are right now. For instance, you can take the Fibonacci from here to that recent swing high, right? And you can see that 618 Fibonacci pretty much sits right in that mid to high-ish 120s. That is my main target. That is where I personally will start getting excited again and start being like, okay, NVIDIA is starting to look a little bit interesting. Okay, we can do something with this, right? As of right now, the way I'm looking at it, I'm not excited. I'm still not excited, and I haven't been excited for honestly like 2 weeks on NVIDIA now. I don't like this price action, and I don't like where the stock is right now. It's not a level I get excited buying at, right? And that's just my opinion, and that's just my trading style, right? So anyway, watch for those levels to crack for the bullish side and the bearish side, and where roughly to look for. Again, if we crack 144.5 roughly, 150 roughly, it should be the next target. So watch for that as well, right? Again, I don't think NVIDIA is just straight up purely bearish, but I am starting to see bearish momentum finally start seeping in. So just, watch out, right? Watch out. Again, this doesn't mean go and short the stock or anything like that. I mean, it's not financial advice, of course, but just watch for that. Now let's take a look quickly at the options flow, right? In terms of options flow, NVIDIA is actually, this time it's in 10 million bullish flow. It feels like it's just 10 million bearish or bullish flow pretty much every other day. Very light option activity in terms of confirmed options flow on NVIDIA for the past while now, to be completely honest, like at least a week, which probably explains why it's still at the end of the day ultimately pretty much just going sideways, pretty much in an option seller's dream. In terms of chatter flow of the option flow that actually occurred today, obviously as usual the bulls are unhinged as per usual. Nothing changes there. The bulls are just pretty much slamming this thing. It really doesn't matter what the stock is doing. Somehow the bulls are always slamming this thing pretty much left and right. So it is what it is. But yeah, again, just strictly off of what I'm seeing off NVIDIA right now, especially with the MACD crossover. MACD is kind of like that quote unquote boomer indicator, but it works surprisingly well in NVIDIA, right? You can see every time it has crossed over to the bullish or to the bearish side, NVIDIA has actually respected it decently well, right? It's absolutely been respecting it. And now we got a confirmed daily bearish crossover. So let's see if NVIDIA respects this pretty much the same way it's respected it almost every single other time. But yeah, all that being said and done, yeah, let me know what you think down below. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. See you for the next one. Peace.